Even with all the gloom, doom, foreclosures, and plummeting home prices, the National Association of Realtors says now is still a prime time, perhaps pun intended, to discuss home ownership. Here now at today's Realty Check, Richard Gaylord, president of the National Association of Realtors, along with our own Diana Olick. Richard, pleasure to have you with us. So now is a prime time to be a home buyer. Make the case.
You know, owning a home is still the #1 way most American families build wealth. What do we have today? We have low interest rates, we have an abundance of inventory, and we're going to have on Wednesday, when the president signs the stimulus package, higher loan limits. So for buyers, they've got everything going for them. For individuals who are in loans where they're having difficulty, they're going to be able to refinance into a safe loan. Those loan limits are going to go from $417,000 to a high of $729,950. That's going to make a major difference.
Diana, isn't it true, though, that over time, except for the boom that we just had, home prices rise about in line with incomes and inflation? I'm just trying to question the point of, is this really the great wealth creator?
Well, it's really the question this year, is it the great wealth creator? Because with prices going down in so many parts of the country, a lot of buyers out there are saying, you know, why do I want to catch a falling knife? Why not wait until prices hit bottom and then get into the market? And that's my question for Mr. Gaylord there, is that, you know, it may be freezing here on the East Coast, but a lot of realtors consider this upcoming President's Day weekend the start of the spring real estate season. Some are saying that this season's going to be a wash, that we should just discount it entirely. What do you say to all those folks out there and to your realtors who you work with about how to jumpstart a spring season like this, given the conditions?
With low interest rates, with abundance of inventory, and with the new loan limits, it's the perfect time. It is going to be the time we're going to kick off the market.
But
and
how
Diana,
do you counter the prices, though? The prices are the problem.
Prices are leveling off. In many cases, in my own case, last week we sold 2 listings where the seller realized the homes weren't selling and lowered the price. Once the prices were lowered, the homes sold.
Mr. Gaylord, with all due respect, I've never known a real estate agent who didn't insist that at whatever moment they were talking to me, it was the best time in history to buy a house. You said earlier that people are going to be able, because of the changes in the loan limits, people are going to be able to refinance. That's not entirely true, sir. Many of the people who are going to try to refinance couldn't qualify under reasonable loan standards. So it's going to help people. Some people maybe buy a new home, but it's not going to help people who shouldn't have bought a house in the first place.
We're estimating that 200,000 or more individuals are going to save going into foreclosure by the higher loan limits. Those are statistics from our research department. And I want to share with all of you, this is my 30th year in the business. And I deal with clients from the spectrum of a waiter to a physician to an owner of a large business. All of them have accumulated their wealth through real estate.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think, if I'm a buyer out there today, am I in a better place buying a brand new home or buying an existing home? Where am I going to get the better deal, you think?
It depends. Some of the builders are offering lots of incentives to buyers. So too with existing homes. Some of the sellers are offering incentives. My advice is each person should talk to their local realtor. All real estate is local. Get some good advice. Get some statistics of the percentage of asking price to selling price. Find out what's happening in your local market.
All right, Richard, thanks very much. Diana, thanks to you as well.